The power rankings are in. I'm Ashley with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 WWE wrestlers of 2019 so far. For this list, we'll be ranking the wrestlers who have had the best matches or moments in 2019 so far, but we won't be including women wrestlers or NXT wrestlers as they're gonna get their own list. And we also won't be including people like Shinsuke Nakamura, who, despite being the best, haven't really done much this year. Number 10, Ali. What could have been? The Cinderella story of Kofi Mania, more on that later, in 2019, had to have its own share of winners and losers. And we're not talking about Daniel Bryan. No, the former Mustafa Ali, now just Ali, was the superstar originally intended for a program with Bryan for the WWE Championship. Unfortunately, injury meant that Kingston would rise to the occasion in his place. This doesn't take anything away from the amazing work Ali has done on both the 205 Live roster, as well as his consistent weekly highlights as a member of SmackDown Live. Here's hoping that Ali gets another chance for main event greatness somewhere down the line. Number 9, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has certainly come a long way from his days in the three-man band alongside Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal. McIntyre came back bigger and badder than ever when he returned to the company as part of the NXT brand in 2017. He dominated that division throughout 2017 and 2018, winning the NXT Championship before returning to the main roster later that year. Since then, Drew has been booked strong as a heel, rarely losing matches and continually coming across as a bullyish, intimidating presence. It should be said that his current status as Shane McMahon's underling isn't doing the character any favors, however. Number 8, Roman Reigns. Some real-life drama hit the life of Roman Reigns harder than any Superman punch in 2019. Reigns revealed in late 2018 that his leukemia had returned, and he was forced to vacate the Universal Championship in order to take time away from the business. Thankfully, a remission diagnosis and triumphant return in February of 2019 was met with rapturous support and approval from the WWE Universe, giving Reigns not only some personal validation from fans who loved him, but also a professional push as one of the WWE's top stars. Roman's popularity continues to blossom in 2019 as fans finally seem to have warmed to this superstar's underrated work rate in the ring. Number 7, Ricochet. It didn't take long for Trevor Mann, aka Ricochet, to rise up to the main roster after debuting on NXT in 2018. Ricochet had been wowing audiences for years on the indies, as well as in Lucha Underground and New Japan. And he took that momentum into his NXT career, winning the North American Championship and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Ricochet's main roster push has proven to be decent as well, thanks to a successful tag partnership with Aleister Black and a victory for the United States title. This high flyer has proven himself time and time again, and it looks as if Ricochet is poised to make 2019 his year. Number 6, Samoa Joe. There's just something to be said about consistency. One could argue that Samoa Joe has never really fell short, continually delivering the goods regardless of how he's booked from week to week. A natural on the mic and a believable tough guy in the ring, Joe's heel persona and line-blurring promos have made him a reliable baddie for the WWE. Sure, he seemed to flounder on the upper mid-card there for a while, but his run as United States Champion in 2019 made that title seem relevant again, thanks to Joe's elevation of its importance. Although we'd like to see Joe rise even higher to main event status, there's no denying that the Samoan Destroyer has had a pretty good year. Number 5, Finn Bàlor. WWE has a problem with babyfaces, specifically with how they're booked. Too often, the good guys are clueless and gullible smile factories without any sense of bite or intensity. Finn Bàlor was in danger of falling into this pitfall there for a while, but the former Universal Champion finally seems to have turned a corner in 2019. Granted, we don't get to see Finn's badass Demon King makeup nearly as often as we used to in NXT, but the superstar's Intercontinental title run has been fairly strong, marked with wins over Bobby Lashley, Andrade, and Sami Zayn. Plus, Bàlor's babyface character has been booked smarter and harder as of late, and we're hoping this trend will continue. Number 4. AJ Styles. AJ Styles has nothing to prove, not now in 2019 or ever really. That being said, the once indie legend has dialed it back a bit this year in terms of appearances, trying to make it a case of quality versus quantity. We can't really blame him, as Styles spent the lion's share of 2017 and 2018 as WWE Champion. The disappointing feud with Shinsuke Nakamura was in rear view, as Styles shines in programs with Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins. AJ's natural ability and connection with the fans ensures that he's never far behind in the minds of backstage bookers or the WWE Universe, so it looks as if this future Hall of Famer will be riding high into 2020. Number 3. Daniel Bryan. Is there anything that Daniel Bryan can't do? The former American Dragon did the unthinkable and turned heel in late 2018, which was an about-face from the triumphant babyface who organized the Yes movement back in 2014. Still, the new Daniel Bryan was believable and vicious, managing to get a silly environmentalist gimmick over through sheer force of will. His match with Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania 35 was predictably excellent, as has his WWE Tag Team run with partner Eric Rowan. We've just grown to expect solid gold from Daniel Bryan at this point, with 2019 serving as no exception. Number 2. Kofi Kingston. Speaking of Kofi Kingston, can anyone out there deny the power of positivity that was Kofi Mania? The man's impromptu program with Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship was picture-perfect storytelling, with a likable babyface overcoming all of the odds to achieve his dream. Kofi's win was made all the more sweet when footage of his trip to Ghana surfaced from WWE, making his position as a People's Champion all but assured. Moreover, Kofi's just been a consistent performer for years, both as a singles competitor and as a member of the New Day. It's just nice to see Kingston earn the rewards he truly deserves. Before we name our number 1 pick, here's some honorable mentions. Not quite at the end yet, almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1. Seth Rollins. Truth be told, Seth Rollins has never really been booked that poorly. The former Shield member has kept himself atop of the main event scene, both as a champion babyface and as a cowardly heel character, thanks to his consistently great work rate. Rollins climbed the mountain and slayed the beast in 2019, beating Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 35. And while this has certainly been Seth's 29 career apex, his post-WrestleMania booking has been similarly strong, kicking ass and taking names as a worthy successor to Lesnar's lengthy title run. So which wrestler has impressed you the most in 2019 so far? Let me know in the comments below, maybe check out this other video, and subscribe to Watch Mojo.